Go. Now you should be able to hear me. Can you hear me now? Are we all good? Yay! I'm getting better at this old technology, Guff. As I was saying, welcome one and all. Welcome to the live stream. I was going to jump into the Discord chat where you can actually hear me if you hang out in there. Kurt's in there at the minute. There we go. Got to hear Kurt's again in a moment. So yes, I was just saying thank you to video didn't kill the audio guy. I was saying thank you to Perry for following the Dragon Age Facts Twitter account, and welcome to the stream as well. It's nice to see you. Diana's here. Wonderful. You playing, Diana? Hope so, because you're our point man. Great match. That's what I want. Yeah, great match. Keeps going to the screen, and it's only been a week, and I'm like, does it normally do that? Yeah, it does. Leroy. I won't be able to do that right now, Leroy. I'll have a look after the stream for you. There we go. Oh, look at that full house. Cerberus Guy, Manning, and Curtis. Invite sent. And I'm definitely not going to be that old fella again. How much money have I got? Ooh, let's open a box. And then I do have to have a quick look at HQ, just see what I'm going to be working on. Right. But yeah, today I thought we could have a bit of a chat about the N7 day, some speculation. I've got a few ideas. I'm going to make a video on it. Of what I think. I'm not going to go too deep, but I have got a couple of ideas of where the direction might be going. We can have a look at that today. Ooh, collect a sniper rifle. Beam-based weapon. I'll have to give that one a go. I think I've seen Manning use that before. Or maybe Diana. Who do I need to use then? Who should we be using? Sentinel. I know I need to use some whatchamacallits, fellas. I think they're infiltrators, aren't they? Solarians. Oh, I'm not. We've got any other Solarians? Saying that they are squishy. Solarians are very squishy. Oh, you can't hear me on Discord. Why is Discord playing up now? Voice suppression. Devices. You have no idea what I'm doing with Discord. I need somebody to sort my. Oh, here we go. Look, input device. Road output.
Am I still echoing?
There we go. Oh, now I can hear you. Thought you were a bit quiet.
I don't think you're echoing anymore, Curtis, and yeah, now I can hear you, Tim.
Fabulous. I hope everyone had a spooky Halloween. We did, yeah. Took the kids out for a bit of some trick-or-treating.
Tim dressed as Harkin.
I'm dressed as Harkin every day. I prefer the name Fade.
That actually is a pretty badass name. Although, actually, that's a good question. Did anyone honestly, the first time you played Mass Effect 2, actually think the Volus was Fade, or were you like, no, it has to be someone else?
I thought the Volus was Fade. I thought he was doing one of those double bluffs, whereas I work for Fade, and it was going to be turned out to be him the entire time, and no, he did actually work for him. Characters.
You got enough players right now, Tim? I can wait till later. I always had a little issues here a while ago, so.
Okay, no worries.
We only have 3 right now, so you can jump in if you want.
Ooh, no, wait.
Okay, somebody.
I don't want to be the Volus.
Someone had to bite me in though, so.
You should be able to just click on any of our names on your friend list and just join that way. There should be
I've done that before. EA don't. Yeah.
Like
EA
if you're on
don't have that right now.
Yeah, if you're on Origin, if you open your friend list, there's a little blue icon right beside the 3 of our names, and you should just be able to click on that and join.
Yeah, but EA removed my Origin, so so I don't have that. So
They removed your. What do you mean?
yeah, they removed my Origin app because EA's taken over here in the States.
Yeah, well, EA Origin is an EA thing, though.
Yeah, I know, but I don't have it no more.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Here,
So
let me
I
send
tried
you an
to
invite then.
All right.
Although
tried
I'm
to
using
reinstall it,
Origin,
but it
so I
won't.
don't know. Well, do
It
you
should
have
work.
the desktop app installed?
Yeah, I got EA, but they don't
Yeah,
have.
well, that's the thing. You can't
yeah.
have the desktop and Origin installed at the same time. They don't work together. You have to have one or the other.
Yeah.
But EA still
Okay.
works in North America because I'm literally using it right now.
Simity mine.
Yeah. So, well, you guys can bite me. Tim tried to bite me a while ago, but I was having some problems a while ago.
I don't even see you online right now.
I'm online though. I should be.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, Leroy, is I had that problem too like 6 months ago where the desktop app is still in its beta, so you can't have the desktop app and Origin installed at the same time. You have to have one or the other. Both work, but it'll they'll screw with each other if you have them both on at the same time.
Right. Oh, I didn't put any equipment on.
So it's normal then.
Sorry. I should have some med
you guys
packs.
can bite me next time.
He was dressed as... you see, I've never played a Zelda game, so I don't quite know who that is, but I'm sure it looked pretty cool.
How have you've never played a single Zelda game?
Nope, never.
Not even like the original 2 on the NES?
Nope. Never. Never played a single Zelda game.
So you one of those people who still calls Link Zelda then?
I don't know. Is that not Zelda? Ooh, I do like this gun.
That's my favorite sniper rifle, second only to the Javelin.
Do you just hold down the button then, do you? Oh yeah, so you do.
Yeah, it has infinite ammo, but it's one of those things, if it runs out, then you have to let it cool down for a second.
Okay. Yeah, sure, Leroy, I'll, I don't know how to, if Diana can invite you, go for it. Are you in? You're not in. I don't know how to.
Or if
To
you
do it,
want to
okay.
add me, Leroy, then I can send you an invite too. Like, you can see my name, and yeah, if you add me, I can shift F1 for a second and send you an invite.
Apologies, I'm no good with technology at all.
I'm reinstalling Origin, see what it does.
If you're reinstalling Origin, get rid of the EA desktop app because again, like they don't work together. You can't have both installed at the same time or it'll screw with you.
Yeah. Yeah, I got it on IN test EA, like I put it to sleep.
So, what did everyone think of N7 Day? Do we have any theories, any ideas?
I personally liked Osar's idea, and then after I heard him say it, and then after listening to the clip, I think he might be right. And
She
I
does.
would applaud BioWare if they had balls big enough to actually do that.
Liara does sound angry at that last kind of line. I mean, I've got it lined up so we can have a listen to it in a bit if you want. After we've finished. But yeah, she does. She's like, how can we miss this? So yeah, I've got. Ooh. Ah. That's a good start.
What's your name, Leroy? And if you're on my friends list, I'll send you an invite. Okay, cool, Leroy. Just, what's your name? I'll send you an invite in 2 seconds.
Oh, if he's already on the friends list, can't you just join anyway?
I would think
If
so. Like
Leroy's
that's what
coming
the
in, I'll
blue
wait
button. That's what the blue button's for, but I don't know.
I got my
Okay, I'm gonna find
Leroy's
cover
coming in.
and then I'm gonna try to send Leroy an invite.
All right, I'll come and cover you. It's me with.
I'll play the next. I'll play later. I got my Origin back up.
All right, I sent you an invite, Leroy.
I finally finished Batman Arkham, the first game. Now I'm on the second one.
Streaming? Is it streaming for the... Streamer, sorry, not streaming.
Thank you.
Streamer, there we go. We should be able to speak in... Oh, I don't know how to unmute him.
Did your game just froze?
Unless he's muted himself. I don't know. Oh! No, sorry. Apologies, I was, keyboard's dying. I've given you the streamer role, Leroy, but I don't know if you've muted yourself or not. I don't know, it didn't seem to let me unmute you. What attachments do you put on this sniper rifle there, Manning?
That one I use ultralight materials and what is the other one? One's for sure ultralight material. I'll have to check because I don't recall. I think it might be the extended clip, but I forget if that works with energy weapons or not.
So
but definitely for sure. I only use that gun on one character, and I know for sure just because she's a biotic that ultralight materials for sure is one. But one thing that makes that gun overpowered is if you pair it with incendiary ammo.
Okay. I'll have a look at that when we're after this round.
But like you say, getting back to the other point, Tim, Liara definitely sounds like all the pissed off in that clip.
Yeah. Yeah, she and she's talking about the humans as well, isn't she?
Yeah, well, she's talking about how the council always distrusted humans.
What was it she actually says? She says the council are not going to be happy about this. How did we miss it? And
she's clearly talking to a guest too.
Yeah. But when she's the angry bit, she's saying, how did we miss this? How did we, what was it? Underestimate the human.
I'll have to re-listen to it because I'm pretty sure she never was angry at humans. She only was mad that the council never trusted humans.
No. If you listen to it, I'm sure. You're suppressed on Discord. Oh, I don't know. It sounds to me like she's crossed that whoever she's working for has underestimated human resilience.
No, well, she said the council always underestimated human resilience. She was only, as far as I recall after listening to that clip a couple times, she was only ever pissed off at the council.
Well, like I said, I've got it lined up so we can have a look, listen to it in a bit.
Which was what, like, when I first listened to it, which was what made me agree with Asar about how maybe she aligned herself with the heretics and is coming after the council. And that would be, like, such an epic story arc if that's true.
I can't miss that. I've never heard of it. They say when the new game be coming out.
Oh, it's going to be a while. Dragon Age 4 is going to come out before Mass Effect 5.
Oh yeah. Dragon Age 4's at it's alpha stage now, isn't it? So the game's complete. It just needs
The finished touches.
yeah, finishing touches and bug testing and polish and codex entries writing, that sort of thing. But yeah, they've said you can now play the game from start to finish. Yeah, it's definitely going to be a next year release.
Does Dreadwolf even have a release date yet?
No.
I did saw your video, Tim, on Resident Evil. Is that be coming out too? Is that a remastered or?
No, yeah, no, it's just it's an old game, that one.
Oh, was it? I'm behind a lot of games.
Well, to be fair, there's far too many to. You can't play everything.
That's very true. You see my backlog on Steam.
Like, comment, and subscribe if you buy games on Steam because they're 90% off and then never play them.
I think I've got games from there from like 2014, 15 that I've still never got around to playing.
I sold a loot box for Counter-Strike Go yesterday, so I could rebuy the original 3 Postal games because they were like 90% off for like $3. And I don't even know why I did it because I hated those games when they were new. But I was like, ooh, I remember these. It's nostalgic.
I think I've only ever played Postal 2.
I will say that's probably my favorite thing about CS:GO, is that you can just earn loot boxes and stuff like that, and then just sell them for real money, and then buy cheap games with them.
Whoa, who's that?
Well, I got 88% of the Batman game last night, so still haven't got 100% yet.
That's pretty good going, to be fair, because I got bored looking for Riddler trophies and stuff.
I found them all, and the other thing that the story of this article, whatever you want to call it thing, the history or something, I found all them.
I've never played the third one.
Second one.
Has anyone played Gotham Knights yet?
Not yet. I got it, but I haven't played it yet. I played Arkham City just last night, so.
Enemies approaching. Understood.
I had a shame about Kevin Conroy, though. His passing away. Yeah, I was playing that one last night as Batman. It's Ben Affleck, but got Kevin Conroy's voice in it. I thought that was funny.
Oh yeah, I need some. I need some equipment on this this gun, I think. Take this scope off because it's not really a scope kind of sniper rifle, is it? Ow.
The scope on that rifle takes a little bit getting used to, but I actually kind of like it.
Ow.
Tim's out of ammo.
Some good work down there. Enemy is regrouping. Time to reload. Enemies inbound.
Unsuppress somebody. How do I unsuppress somebody?
I think you just need to change the role.
Yeah, I've given him the streamer role. It wouldn't let me deactivate.
Team member has gone dark.
Thank you. Ow, 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 ow.
Member offline. Squad member needs help.
Oh no.
Yeah, I tried to
Oh.
unmute him too there, Tim, but it won't let me do it. So.
Ah.
Member is hurt.
Yeah, I need to pimp out this gun a bit, I think.
That's half the fun of these, is that you never do any equipment or mod your weapons though.
Oh, I do. Most of the time. I'm there, Manning.
He was in the process of stepping on me. I had to use a gel.
They always
No,
like
but the
to
whole
stick
fun
on
of a
me, don't
ploppy stream is that you come in with like one missile, one op pack, and like nothing else, and completely unmodded weapons.
And then wonder like half the time why I'm constantly on the floor. I mean, it doesn't help that, you know, I can't aim for shit anyway. But...
Just have to be the weapon, be the gun, Tim.
Use the force.
You should be halfway decent at FPSs though, because you're essentially my age. I'm like, surely you must have spent many a night back in the day playing GoldenEye.
No, I only ever played that round a friend's house because I never had a N64. Well, I didn't until much later in life. By which point I didn't have anyone to play with.
That's still, I mean, even if you don't have friends to play with, for being 25 years old, that's still an enjoyable and, for its time, pretty in-depth campaign.
A ship went down in this area carrying a canister of classified technology. Retrieve that object and bring it in.
I guess the next logical question is, how did you feel about Pierce Brosnan as James Bond? Or was there someone else you preferred?
Oh, no, Pierce Brosnan's James was one of my favourites.
I love Pierce Brosnan. I also really like Roger Moore, and I don't know if it's going to be weird to say, and I know he was only in one movie, but I also kind of love George Lazenby.
He has kind of developed a bit of a cult following. His kind of performances, it was slated at the time. Tim Lucky brings them out. It's very true.
I don't know if it's weird to say, but I feel like Timothy Dalton was the only one I kind of didn't care for.
Oh, see, I really liked his version. He's more serious. I don't like Roger Moore because he's just too stupid.
Well, like the whole thing, like James Bond is supposed to be silly anyway, because like if any spy actually acted like that, they'd be dead in 10 minutes. Like the whole purpose is that it's supposed to be silly and entertaining and not serious.
No, he's still a spy though, isn't he? He's still a...
No, I know, but I mean, if I wanted to watch a serious spy movie, there's a million things I would watch before James Bond. I watch James Bond movies to be entertained, not for their accuracy. Or realism.
Well, Sean Connery is not silly.
Yeah, well, Sean Connery is just a womanizer. He was just like an alpha chat.
What do you guys think
I
about
love this
Jaws?
SMG, but it chews through ammo so fast.
Mission accomplished.
I love the silly gadgets.
Enemy is regrouping.
Sorry?
Harry loves the silly gadgets from James Bond.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. Is like, it's not a serious spy movie because, like, no spy acts like that. No villain has like half the schemes that they come up with. Like, they're just silly That's why the Austin Powers movies were so good, was because like they realized how stupid the James Bond movies were, but they were fun and they were entertaining. They weren't meant to be serious spy films. If I want to watch a serious spy film, I'll watch North by Northwest.
I tell ya.
Shuttle is on its way. We'll intercept at LZ.
Nice to see you. Hope
Hey,
you're doing well.
yeah. It's
I
like
do like the movie Moonraker. I got that.
Missed you next last
Moonraker
week.
was great. Like when Jaws bites through like the cord of the ski lift thing. Like it's so stupid, but that's what makes it entertaining. Its stupidity is what makes it entertaining.
There's some Roger Moore ones that I like, but overall not all of them. Whereas the Daniel Craig ones, absolutely love them.
Oh, the Daniel Craig ones are great because they kind of walk the line between still being silly with the goofy gadgets, but also being way more believable than some of the stuff Sean Connery and Roger Moore did.
Manning, during the Cold War, the Soviets assassinated someone with an umbrella gun that shoots poison. Is that true?
Yeah, I forget who it was, but someone put a polonium, I think it was polonium-168 pellet in the tip of an umbrella, then walked by a guy and jabbed him in the thigh and just played it off as like, oh, sorry, I bumped into you, and then 3 days later he was dead.
Wow.
But it's like, speaking of Daniel Craig, have you seen his version of Casino Royale?
Yes. Yeah, I've seen all of this.
Okay, so I'm assuming you're familiar with how poker works?
Yeah.
So, like, the most unbelievable thing of that entire movie was the fact that when they're at, like, that high stakes, like, tens and hundreds of millions of dollars per hand poker game, everyone always had, like, the craziest hands. Like, I've got 4 aces, I've got a full house, I've got a flush, and I've got a straight flush and all this. That movie would have been so much better if, like, someone had bluffed someone and had, like, a 7-2 offsuit. Because the most unbelievable thing in that whole movie was that every hand had like this badass hand. Like, how did no one just have like King 3?
Well,
I know that's a weird thing to nitpick, but that always stuck with me. And that movie's like what, 15 years old now?
power recharge.
And to answer your question, Tim, on that sniper rifle, I have ultralight materials and a heavy barrel.
Gotcha.
And like I said, with that specific rifle, I always use incendiary ammo because it's a beam weapon and it's not just like shot. It just like the fire effects stack insanely.
What's the equipment that gives you more ammo?
Hold on, let me tell you.
Alt rifle, no doubt.
Sniper rifle, spare thermal clip.
Oh, of course, yeah. Right, so if I go with... Stronghold. Sniper rifle amp. Armor bonus. We've got 3 med packs. Get some more med packs. Ah, Curtis, you're in.
Yeah. Diana just stepped out, let me in. So.
Oh, thank you, Diana.
I have no sniper rifle amps. I only have like one of each, and then 2 level 1 ones.
Air thermal clip. Oh, I haven't got the ultralight or material, so it's going to have to be a piercing mod.
Don't combine. If you put a heavy barrel, don't also put a piercing mod, because those two things do the exact same thing.
Oh, okay. No, I've got thermal clip.
The difference is okay, because I was going to say the heavy barrel makes the gun weigh 50% more, but then you can shoot through things, and it also does bonus damage.
Okay, sorted.
Well, don't worry, Diana. Tim apparently has it lined up, and we're going to listen to it in a little bit.
There we go. Now we should be able to hear him. Yeah, so after the stream, Diana, I've got it lined up. Once we've finished shooting everybody, then we can pop on and have a look and see what people think. Yes, Matea.
Are you using that sniper rifle, Tim?
I am.
Because I'm using my character that has it, so we can compare each other.
Runs out of ammo quick though.
Well, it depends on your level. Like mine's level 10, so it lasts a little bit longer. Like even without an extra thermal clip thingy, I have 45. I'm guessing you have what, like 20 or something?
35, and that's with the extra clip.
Yeah, mine's level 10 with no clip, and I have 45.
Lucky.
Oh, she
It's
could
just
be.
having an energy weapon that can shoot through walls. Like the heavy barrel makes the bonus damage, and letting it shoot through walls is worth more than like an extra 10 ammo for it, in my opinion.
Diana could be onto something there. She could be talking about Cerberus.
I don't know. Like again, when I listen to it, all I hear is her getting mad at the council for underestimating humanity. Because clearly Cerberus Liara worked with Cerberus. Why would she hate them?
But why would she be getting cross with the council for underestimating humanity?
Because the council essentially... if the council had just, for 1 second, agreed, not even in the first game, because okay, I'll give them the benefit of the doubt in the first game that, yeah, sure, everything's weird, and yeah, I wouldn't probably believe the Reaper thing anyway. But the second they saw Sovereign, like, it was very obvious that Sovereign was not a Geth ship. They were sticking their heads in the sand and just being jackasses. Even by Mass Effect 2, if they had just listened for half a second, imagine how much easier what happened in Mass Effect 3 would be.
Fleet movement data is hidden here. Use a local server to upload data.
Yeah, I think Diana has a point there. It's not a case of they worked together because they liked each other. It was kind of a...
Yeah, well,
She
I mean,
tolerated
it's like a
them,
necessity
didn't she?
thing.
Yeah.
Because, like, the council... My all-time favorite in the entire trilogy, my all-time favorite thing to do is save the council in the first game, just so I can talk to them in the second game, tell them to go to hell, and say the elusive man was right and they're all blind, stupid morons. It's like the most cathartic thing in the world.
I killed the council in the first game.
See, that's
Killing the council, yeah, is very also cathartic.
that's another thing as well, because the Reaper that's getting rebuilt in that concept image is it's heavily implied that that's going to take you to Andromeda. There's I don't know if you've seen it, but there's out of the image there's some ships flying around it, and if you link all the ships together, you actually make the Andromeda constellation.
That I did not know, but that's interesting.
So I'm going to make a video this week for it, so I'll include that as well.
Oh, you're making a video, are you?
I am, yeah.
That'll... Speaking of things that never happen.
So yeah, so there's that, and then there's who's shooting me?
Speaking of making videos, do you ever
Not
find
me.
like that
This time.
sometimes you'll get like some of your most popular videos are things where you're like, you'll just make a video and be like, why is this so successful?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Like by far the most viewed video on my channel is like a 2-minute clip of what happens if you give Vitor to Cerberus at the beginning of Mass Effect 2 on Freedom's Progress, and then when you do Tali's loyalty mission, if you defend Cerberus for why they did it, and then get mad at and then why Tali like blows up at you, and I'm like, how does this thing have like 10,000 views?
Yeah, there's one videos that I've put a lot of work and effort into, and they've really not done well. And
Yeah, there's all these things I put all this effort into, and then my most viewed video is this like literally I did no editing. It's just a 2.5-minute clip of Shepard defending what Cerberus did to Vitor, and then Tali getting mad at her. And I'm like, how did this get so popular?
But yeah, going back to the N7 day stuff, it looks. I mean, I haven't checked this out, but I did see it on Reddit. Well, somebody on Twitter, I think. It looks like there's a reflection of an N7 shoulder. So I don't know if it's stretching or not, but oh, for goodness sake. There we go. Well, I lost my took over Cerberus. Maybe someone replaced the elusive man. Maybe Lyra took over Cerberus. Ooh.
I have a theory about that, Matea, but I don't want to say it because Tim hasn't finished Andromeda yet. But I'm 98% sure I'm right. Thank you. I forget what it's called. Maybe you know, Tim, because I know you love the game. But all the collector weapons remind me of that Zen gun you can get in Half-Life 1 that shoots bees.
No, I don't know what it is.
But you remember the gun, though, right?
I remember the gun, yeah, but
Some fine work, team. Enemy down to 50% strength. A ship went down in this area carrying a canister of classified technology. Retrieve it and bring it in. Good work. Now get back to the extraction zone. Team members down. Find the object.
Uh-huh.
Get back to the extraction zone.
it does burn through ammo quick though. This gun, doesn't it?
The trick is to just always stop it at 1 or 2 so you don't run out of ammo.
Oh, hello. Ow.
If you want a gun that runs out of ammo quick, wait until you get the collector sniper rifle. Or the collector SMG, sorry.
I was going to say that's why I'm using it, the collector sniper rifle. Aha! That's never happened to me before. I didn't even know they could do that.
Object recovered. Good work.
Spare ammo equipment, that's the one I was thinking of. Yeah, thanks, Diana. I
Brute is really annoying me.
don't think I've actually got that. So, if Liara is the villain, and she's aligned herself with the Geth,
All clear. Stay alert. Enemy
who is she fighting? Is she fighting the humans, and that's why she's...
No, she's fighting the council.
force approaching.
If you do deep dives into the lore, you find there's like, I forget what it's called, but there's like, not even just, I mean hypothetically Liara, but there's a rogue sect of Asari who hate how the Asari republics are being run. And it's almost like an Asari Cerberus, in a way. I just, like I said, I can't off the top of my head remember what they're called, or what their name is.
Hey, Hollywood guy. Nice to see you. Woo! Hello.
Killed by that banshee. Watch out, Tim.
That's why, in my headcanon, there are
Yeah, snuck up
like
on me.
3 or 4 Asari who actually joined Cerberus because they hate how the Asari republics are being run. Like, I got my inspiration from that codex entry.
That's what we're just discussing now, Hollywood guy.
Just to catch you up, Hollywood guy, Ossar and myself think Liara has allied herself with the Geth and is now fighting the council and is going to be the villain just because of how pissed off she sounds in the trailer. And Tim and everyone else is trying to do mental gymnastics to try to figure out every way they possibly can to keep Liara a good guy.
No, I don't think she's a good guy at all. I think she's fighting the humans.
No, she spends the entire trailing bitching about the council and about how they underestimated humans.
Yeah, I know. I think the council are on. I think she's.
And if Liara's all about killing the council, I'm on board 100%.
No, I think she's annoyed. I think the council are her allies, and she's annoyed with them because they have underestimated human resilience.
The council spent 3 entire games underestimating humanity, except for when... Oh, piss off. Except for when they needed them. Like I said, like, it's so ironic, like, the Turian counselor spends 2.5 games doing nothing but hating everything you do, calling you an idiot, saying nothing you do is right, and then all of a sudden at the start of Mass Effect 3, he's like, oh, by the way, do you want to do me a solid and go rescue the Primarch?
Hi there, Fabled. We're on PC.
See, I agree with you, Diana, but the thing that I'm worried about is that in this day and age, like, nothing is impossible to spoil. I'm worried I'm gonna log on Twitter one day and I'm just gonna be like, oh, this is the plot for Mass Effect 5, and I'm gonna be like, damn it.
Yeah, you've got to go completely dark if you want to. Don't want to be spoiled about anything, don't you?
I will never forget. I don't know if anyone else ever saw it, but there was a movie like 10, 12 years ago with Denzel Washington called Safe House, and I was going to go see it with my then girlfriend, and she was just like, I need to go to the bathroom and then we can go. So I was just like, okay, I'll check Twitter for 2 seconds. And then this NBA player I follow is like, wow, Safe House was so cool. I can't believe they killed Denzel. And I was like, Jesus Christ.
Ah, Hollywood guy, thank you so much. Thank you, I appreciate that. Hi Tim, I'm glad that Mass Effect is set 4 years later. Maybe we'll still might see a Shepard and a Rogue Liara. Rogue Liara, I think is quite possible. Liara's team of Legion to battle Cerberus.
See, the funny thing is even though Liara only worked with Cerberus temporarily, I feel like if it came down to it, she would work with them over the Council just because of how in-depth the Council are. Like, as much as you can call them bad guys and this and that and the other thing and terrorists, like, let's be honest, Mass Effect, Cerberus won the war. If Cerberus didn't exist, Shepard would be dead. No one would have even tried to stop the Reapers in the second game. Like, the Collectors would have killed everyone before the Reapers even got there.
But that's logical thinking, isn't it?
Well, I have a degree in mathematics. Logic is my forte.
But not everybody's going to think like that, though, are they?
I don't know. I can be very persuasive. In a little over 2 years, I've managed to make Craig hate Wynn and you hate Samara. It's only a matter of time before you all start liking Kai Lang.
But my point is, we'll think of it like Brutus. Julius Caesar's Brutus. What do you know Brutus for?
Well, Caesar's not cool at all. I much prefer Caligula.
Right, but Julius Caesar and Brutus. What do you know Brutus for?
I see where you're going with this, and I'm not sure it's appropriate, or not appropriate's the wrong word. It might not be apt, I guess.
Answer the question though. What do you know Brutus, Julius Caesar and Brutus for?
Caesar died.
Exactly. Brutus stabbed him in the back, didn't he?
Yeah, the Ides of March.
Nobody talks about how the many years of loyal friendship he had. They always say, oh, Brutus, yeah, he stabbed him in the back. Same thing with Cerberus. Nobody will remember all the good thing they did in Mass Effect 2. They'll only remember them trying to... what they did in Mass Effect 3. It's exactly the same.
No, it's not, because Brutus didn't suffer from bad writing. what Brutus, yeah, Brutus didn't have to have Drew Karpyshyn leave and then have his dialogue written by Mac Walters.
There's also a cloaked ship that passes by, which I think the Ara is using to observe. Ooh, I didn't see that.
Squad member has flatlined.
See, also the recording.
Stay alert.
It doesn't, although it kind of gives the hint that it might be either 4 years later or 100 years later.
Centers are not transmitting.
Not quite clear. It doesn't necessarily mean that that's present time. It might be an archive of it.
I love when you can snipe the Marauders off the ledge before they can even hop down.
Are you on it? I'm on it. I'm on it.
Team member is hurt.
Cover me!
Squad member needs help. Time is short. Find those targets.
No.
Oh, hello.
I got Bansheed.
They love you, Manning.
You know, for being as big and loud as they are, they're pretty sneaky.
They are.
Device enabled.
Hey, Manning.
Right, Tim, even if
They're
you
like the
die,
brutes.
just make sure you get the last thing so we at least get money. Oh, okay, then. Hey, Tim,
Yeah.
did you hear the rumor about butter?
Back me up.
No.
Well, if you haven't heard it, I'm not going to spread it.
Hey, Manning.
Devices are working.
Yes.
Good job.
I dipped my testicles in some glitter the other day.
Did you now?
Pretty nuts, isn't it?
I'm sure there were. Did you die from Ligma, though?
Who?
Ligma.
Shields down.
Get over the wall.
Did you
He's
hear
gonna
about the
break
new?
that climb on the wall. He's gonna.
Did you hear about the new restaurant they opened on the moon?
No.
It has good food but no atmosphere.
Ow! Who's shooting me?
I can't take the There's a Ravager right. All right, never mind. No, there's not. Never mind.
Go away. And you.
I'm hearing a banshee somewhere.
The Marauder's more dangerous. All you have to. Banshees are annoying, but as long as you keep your distance, they can't kill you.
Landed on dad jokes.
Hey, Mother Mantis.
Hey, Diana, you're right. Real question is, will Liara stab Shepard and... Oh, too busy reading chat, look.
I think Rusty's AFK, maybe.
What does that mean? Yeah, that can't be mean that I'm on my own, surely.
just standing in a corner, and I haven't seen him move in like 2 minutes.
You have it.
Yeah, it looks like he's kind of stuck there.
That was an amazing missile shot, Tim. Tim, you did the thing.
I did the thing. Games to me with this.
So what kind of glitter did you dip your testicles in?
I'm not supposed to question the joke.
Or I wonder, could you still, would the punchline, like it was pretty nuts, would that still work if you did it with like cake sprinkles instead of glitter?
Yeah, probably. Everybody that's watching, Mother Manta's in the house. Go check out her video on the N7 day. It's really good. I haven't got a mod to link it, but I shall find it when we finish this round, and you should all go and check it out. So yeah, not seen it already. Really good theories.
TMI.
Oh, go away.
I passed up the Banshee. She didn't see me coming.
Annihilation Field doesn't do a ton of damage, but it might be like my favorite ability in the game.
Thank you, Tim.
Nice.
Have you got your camera set up, Tim, or have your 3 people on screen?
No, I forgot to have a look at that, to be honest.
I'm imagining Hollywood, just because it's EA, I would imagine it'll release on all 3, Xbox, PlayStation, and PC. I'm pretty sure at this point, Sony, Xbox, and Epic are the only people that even do exclusives anymore, I'm pretty sure.
It is. There we go. I popped a link in the chat for anybody that wants to go and check it out. I'm getting better, Perry. I am getting better. I do try. Okay, if, Leroy, if you're okay to drop out, then we can get Diana back in. And then we'll bring you back in for the next game.
Alright, I might need a little bit of protection this round, but I'm playing as the highest DPS character in the game.
Does that mean you're quite squishy?
I built this guy to do all of the damage, but he has like no health or shields. But I did try to compensate a little bit by giving him a cyclonic modulator. This will either work beautifully or be absolutely terrible. We'll find out. It's like Gandalf said, there shall be no middle ground.
So what do you think her missing title is?
For what?
In the title, in the it says Doctor. It says Doctor Shadowbroker, and then it says redacted. And I'm thinking it's going to either be Matriarch, Justicar, or maybe even Spectre, Ambassador, something like that.
I don't know. That's tough.
I think
But
it should be Matriarch.
I can't. Well, if it's Matriarch, it would have to be a lot longer than 100 years.
Well, it
She's
is.
only-
It is. They went way out of their way, the very first teaser, to show her as a matriarch. And when everybody said that was, yeah, it is more than 100 years. That people are assuming that it's a short time jump. I think there's going to be a long time jump.
Well, I hope it's a long time jump, but they seem to be leading, like Ploppy said, between 4 and 104 years. And she's only 109 at the end of the third game, so that'd make her 213 tops.
But they went way out of their way. They went way out of their way to show her as a. But in the very first season, they went way out of their way to show her as a matriarch, and then when everybody said she was a matriarch, they never tried to correct that.
I don't know though, because in the first teaser, when she's climbing up that mountain, she looks essentially identical to how she does in the game.
Well, not the face though. If you look at her face, they've never made an Asari face look old. Even you look at Samara even, or her father, and they don't look old. They look stately, but they don't look old.
No,
And
well, I mean, like you.
But I'm saying they gave her the laugh lines around the corners of the mouth that women get, when they get older, and they gave her crow's feet.
No, but that's what I mean. Like, if you look at Samara and Athena, and then compare them to like Liara and Shiala and even Morinth, and Morinth is like 450. I mean, you can tell that Athena and Samara are quite a bit older.
But I'm saying they really didn't show that much. They showed her from a distance climbing up, and that really doesn't tell you anything because she's all covered. But when they showed her face, they went way out of their way to show her as being much, much older.
It could just be an improvement on technology as well. There is that.
Well, I mean, like, I know all you can see is her face, but I honestly, personally, just my opinion, I don't think she looks all that much older.
I'm not sure how you say that because, like I said, you have the laugh lines around the mouth and you have the crow's feet. Those are two signs of aging, and they've never done that before. That's what I'm saying. Not in Asari, they've done it in other characters, but not in Asari. So that, to me, felt like that was very much intended. And like I said, when everybody was saying, "Oh, she's a matriarch," they never went out of their way to even hint that maybe that's not true.
I never heard anyone say she was a matriarch.
Mr. Holton did, Big Dan Gaming did, a bunch of the
other. Those are two people I literally never watch because all they do is clickbait
but
stuff.
It was people were saying it on the Twitter and things like that. So
Thank you.
they never tried to correct her attitude.
Drac is like, come on. Drac is like 1,000 years older than Rex, but you would never could never tell from looking at them.
Well, that's the Krogan. We're talking about Asari. What I'm saying is the Asari. Now the humans, they went out of their way to let them look older, but they did not make the Asari look older. But with Liara, they definitely gave her signs of aging.
It would have to be like 800 years in the future for her to be a matriarch.
No, 600. 700 years starts matriarch. She was 109. So
yeah, but even and they specifically said that it's going to be like Tim said, it's going to be between 4 and 104 years.
But
she's not even going to be in the matron stage, let alone matriarch.
No, but you said there was hints. Now you're saying they specifically said who specifically?
Well,
said? I've not seen that.
I'm just going off what Tim said. That it was supposed to be between 4 and 104.
That's what the recording kind of suggests, but it doesn't necessarily mean that's present day.
I thought people were getting that just from they looked at the date and they just assumed that the first assumption I heard was 4 years. Then the next assumption, like you said, was like 104. But I've not seen where BioWare said what the time jump will be. The only indication of a time jump that I've seen was Liara looking like she's a matriarch. That's just my opinion. And then, like I said,
you can't really tell that just from 3 seconds of looking at the side of her face, though.
like I said, to me, it's just the fact that they've never shown an Asari with aging on their face.
And I wouldn't take anything Big Dan or Mr. Fulton say as fact either. Like, again, all they do is clickbait.
I'm not trying to say who or what's what. I'm just saying that BioWare is aware that people were saying she was a matriarch. They never corrected the record. And they usually, if something like that gets out of hand or everybody's saying something, they'll at least usually give a hint that maybe that's not true.
All right.
The game's barely in its alpha development. They're not going to correct, like, there's nothing to correct because the game's not even in production yet.
Well, they have hinted that things are real or not real when people have made assumptions.
We'll have to wait and see, but I think you might be overthinking it a little bit. And again, don't believe anything Big Dan or Mr. Holton say.
I don't take anything they say as gods. In fact, I have actually disagreed with them on something. Actually, they've agreed with some of you guys on some things that I actually disagree with. So I don't listen to anybody and say, oh well, yeah. If it doesn't come from BioWare, then I don't take it as gospel.
That's probably pretty good philosophy, that. As Mateo says, it's actually against their own interest to give us spoilers. As mentioned, they want rumours and they want theories because it brings attention to the game.
Right, yeah, that's true.
So,
Good shooting. Enemy is regrouping. Time to reload.
I don't think EA or BioWare does anything to prove or disprove fan theories while the game is still in development. That's very true. I mean, they might even...
Well, that's like how many years after Mass Effect 3 came out did it take them before they finally were like, yeah, the indoctrination theory thing isn't real?
Well, like people assumed that Andromeda was going to be a part of it, and they pointed out something, and he did, or one of the, I believe it was Gamble or one of the other guys, one of the top guys, did point out that was.
Gamble's not even there anymore, is he?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
He's the top guy.
He's the project
Oh, I
director.
thought he left too.
No, but they said, when somebody pointed out, they said on purpose. In other words, verifying, yes, that was put in there on purpose to let you know that Andromeda would be a part. In other words, that they weren't, it wasn't necessarily saying that Andromeda is going to be a part of this very next game, but it was saying that they're not going to act as if Andromeda didn't happen and that they're not going to ignore it.
Well, Andromeda is completely separate because Andromeda happened 600 years after the end of the third game.
Right. That's why I actually have it. It's kind of a wild theory, but if they don't have much of a time jump, then if they figure out a way to get to Andromeda really quickly, I kind of wondered if maybe the cat doesn't come from servers.
That couldn't happen because, again, like, Mass Effect Andromeda takes place 600 years after the third game.
Yeah, and if they get to...
Follow me here. If they find out a way to use a mass relay to shoot you to Andromeda without there being another relay there, then that could be... That
wouldn't work because you need mass relays work because the way mass relays work, if you read the codex, is you have to have two of them.
Right.
And then there's no gravity, and then you make your ship.
That's why I said if they figure out a way to make it work.
Yeah, but it wouldn't work because the mass relays were Reaper technology. No one's going to figure that out.
Well, like I said, we don't know yet, and I'm not saying that. I did say that's a wild theory. I don't.
Space magic.
It's one of my wilder theories, but the only reason I thought of that is because they are definitely into some really the Keter. Look, they're almost identical to Cerberus in their desire to like make themselves better, right? So that's why I thought. Well, what if there's a tie between them? Now I don't know if there would be a way to do it, but all they have to do is create a way. That's all. I mean, science fiction. All they have to do is write it in.
Oh, I know, but I'm just saying, like, it's very in concrete in stone that mass relays work as jumps from one relay to another. You can't just fire off somewhere blindly. There has to be a place you're going to. That's how the relays work.
I know how they work in the regular game. But even that has a plot hole because they're directional. They don't turn. And yet somehow they don't just link back to the other. They actually link to a second that's in a different direction.
Yeah, because that's specifically why, like, in the games, some relays link to others and some don't link to others because they're directional. They go, like, A to B or B to A, like, not anything in between.
That's what I'm saying, the big ones. The big ones that are known, they talk about two different kinds. The main ones that we're using are the ones that are not directional. They don't burn. You don't turn them to go where you want to go. So that's what I'm saying. And I brought that up on the Steam forums, and basically everybody agreed that, yeah, it was. But then they were like, look, space magic, don't worry about it. It's just the way it is. But I really thought that you really need two in the area. Like one gets you, for instance, between, say, Novaria and, I don't know, the next location. But then you'd have to go to the one nearby to go in the other direction.
Yeah, but even the ones that aren't directional, you still have to have a relay you're jumping to.
That's
why
really, this is what I'm saying, servers. I'm saying they're paired, right? And it literally says that in the codex, that they work in pairs. That's not how they work in the game. They don't just work in pairs.
All right.
No,
All right. Let's move along from this because it's starting to derail the stream a little bit. All right.
All right.
So Matea's theory is pretty solid, I think, at the moment. It's space magic, and Blasto as being the hero of the next game.
Right, that's funny.
I will admit, probably my favorite Easter egg in Mass Effect 3 is the Blasto movie poster on the Presidium near where Miranda's apartment is.
Oh yeah, on the
Where basically it's just quoting a bunch of famous movie lines, but with Hanar dialogue.
Didn't that terminal get blown up after the coup?
I think it still works because you can't even meet Miranda there until after the coup. You meet Miranda there after the coup, right?
Ow. Ooh. Ah, shot through his legs, didn't I?
And those scions hit hard.
Just like, whoa. Goodness sake. Getting pop-ups. Oh.
Thank you.
Watch it!
Notice they had that one picture on it was kind of a little bit fuzzy, but it was like an artist concept of the Turian with a face mask on. I know a lot of people are saying they think it's Ilium or Thessia because of the architecture, but the sign on it is one that you actually see on the Citadel. So I don't know.
Yeah, well, the Citadel would have posters in several languages.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's also
There's the solar. It's the solar, and it's so it's kind of blurry, but people showed that it is that sign from the Citadel. So I don't know. It really could be any place, but I don't know why people were discounting that it could actually be the Citadel.
Well, there was that shot of the Citadel as well, but it didn't have any of the lights on, or because it's taken from a different poster where you could actually see where you could actually see all the towers and the tower blocks and stuff. So I don't know. I mean,
I'm sorry, Matea. I thought my brilliant DPS guy would be a good idea, but apparently it was terrible.
Matteo wanted to do gold, so that's why it's.
Is this gold?
It's gold, yeah.
No, I was wondering why I was sucking so bad. I'm like, oh, like I'm doing like I thought I've got a fair amount of kills, but I'm like dying in like one bullet.
Diana wanted to do gold. Sorry, not Matteo.
Oh, that's fine. If I had known, I would have picked a better character that had a little bit more health.
Now we get to see her being a badass.
She's the one playing the game now. She was good last night, Tim.
Yeah.
I mean, silver is fine with like I goof around in silver just for fun, but I mean like
Yeah.
I'd need to plan for gold.
We'd be lost without her, Matteo. Absolutely lost. No offense, Manny.
I'm American. I get offended by everything.
I tried platinum once by myself, but
I don't know how anyone
I
does
didn't make it very
platinum
far on
solo,
platinum.
but there are videos on YouTube of people soloing platinum, and it's like the most impressive thing in the universe.
Yeah, it's impossible.
I made it to wave 4 once, I think.
You guys been playing longer than I have, so.
Yeah, look at that.
Still suck at it, but I'm getting better though.
There are key enemy personnel in
So speaking of science fiction, does anyone care about Starfield?
targets. Take them out.
Not particularly.
Yeah, I would say I'm curious about it, but I don't really care.
A lot of people lost interest when they found out it wasn't multiplayer.
Get the targets down. New enemy target spotted.
You did. I'll try it, but I'm not hyped for it. If that makes sense.
I'll probably wait a month or two and see what Angry Joe says about it, and then
Oh,
I'll
come
go
on.
from there.
Oh, I'm alive! I'm alive! Would that happen?
Super chat.
This Scion needs to chill out.
Oh, Hollywood guy, you sir are a gentleman and a scholar. Thank you ever so much. In the N7 trailer, they mentioned past locations. Which one would you want to see again? Amiga, definitely.
I was honestly, that was in Mass Effect 3. One of the most disappointing things was that you couldn't go to Omega except for a DLC, and then even after you finished it, you couldn't go back.
What was that in?
Sorry?
What was that in?
Oh, I just said one of the things that disappointed me the most about Mass Effect 3 is that you couldn't go to Omega,
Ah, okay.
and except for the DLC, and then even after you did it, you couldn't go back.
Yeah, Omega
Yeah.
was a pretty cool location.
Very much see Feros.
So what do you guys think about the fact that the text was something about 314? That 314 was the relay that got humans in trouble with the Turians.
That ties into the oh, go away. If you oh, I'm stuck. Eros, Earth, and Thessia, and Ilim.
I'm still amazed that for how prominent the Turians are, you never get to go to Paladin. I mean, it'd be awesome to just like walk around like downtown Cyprutine.
Oh my word! Damn it.
Tim's dead again.
You know, as annoying as they are, I think I prefer possessed scions to the regular ones, because the grenades are a lot easier to avoid than the regular scions homing whatever they are.
I think that
I
was
swear
already.
normal scions can shoot you around corners.
I almost got stepped on, and then I got stepped on for real. Interesting story that they have humans go back to the 314. Yeah. So if you, I don't know if they're going to canonize the council option as well, because if you save the council, then you get a news vid about the Taurians giving extra compensation to the families of the. Thank you, Diana. Well played. For the First Contact War. But if you don't save the council, then you get a news vid of the Taurians increasing their fleets because of the human aggression.
Well, they can't really increase it too much, though, because of the Treaty of Phyrexian. Thank you.
Now I'm thinking if humans are the aggressors in Mass Effect 4, 5, whatever you want to call it.
It's 5. Mass Effect 4 is Andromeda.
Well, it depends on how you look at it. It's not really in the so.
There are 4 Mass Effect games, and Andromeda is the 4th one.
But how many Star Wars movies are there, and how many episodes? If it doesn't follow directly in line, they don't tend to follow in the episodes in anything. Novels, games, movies. Like Solo and Rogue One are Star Wars movies.
Yeah, but those are spin-offs. They're not main things.
But the reason they don't get an episode is because they don't follow directly after. That's the only reason they're not getting a good episode. If they had followed after.
Rogue One and Solo were spin-offs. They're not main story.
So was Andromeda.
Anyway, this it's good. Beside the point. Point being, if humans are essentially the bad guys, and although they think they're the good guys, then it could be that the Turians have increased their fleet size because actions of the council. When I write this, I'll write it in a more coherent way. If that makes sense.
That would be in violation of the Treaty of Berixen, though.
But they do it anyway. Because you get a new if you don't save the council, you'll get a news feed that they're increasing it because of the human.
Oh, well, maybe they got like an executive order or something. But I know they make a big deal about that in the third game, especially even Shepard scolds Admiral Ron about how the Quarians essentially turn their live ships into dreadnoughts.
Kind of hate the idea of Service being a villain. With the Service, yeah. I mean, I think they've been done. They've kind of had their moment of being the villain, haven't they?
I still think the best was Ossar's idea about Liara joining forces with the Geth heretics to go rogue against the council because they mistreated humanity so badly, and it ended up with Shepard dying. Which I guess, as Shadow Broker, caused her to go a little bit crazy, and as Shadow Broker, she'd have the power to actually do something about it.
The going crazy thing is very plausible. I think with the amount of power that she holds, like you said before, give me 5 minutes, I can start war. That's a lot of.
I think the best would be, like, Liara would make like an epic anti-hero, where like you have to, like, in the game you'd have to like go hunt her down, and you'd feel bad doing it, but you kind of have to.
Sorry, Hollywood guy. So yeah, which locations would I like to see come back? I definitely want to see Omega. Mega. However you said it. I really like that place. And which, by looking at the concept art, that's definitely coming back. I wouldn't mind seeing a bit more Thessia. That was quite cool. The Citadel. I don't want to see Mass Effect 2's version of the Citadel, but somewhere in between kind of Mass Effect 1's and Mass Effect 3's. Because you only kind of... I didn't like 2's version at all, but then I suppose you were more down in the wards rather than on the Presidium.
Well, that's the thing is, and the Citadel has 5 wards, plus the Presidium, and you see, like, next to nothing. Or even over the course of the entire trilogy, you see next to nothing.
Yeah.
That's why I kind of wondered if that picture was actually the Citadel, even though nobody was saying that.
Mass Effect 2, she was saying that she'd do anything to succeed, maybe even rage kill. Yeah. Yeah, so there's definitely a character shift. Oh no!
I think we're all dead.
Alright, if we want to do gold, I'm going to pick a real character. Didn't you do a video, Tim, about, or maybe it was a short, I forget what it was, about Liara, quote-unquote, taking her mask off?
Oh no, that was in the villain. The Liara being the villain video. Like a metaphorical mask of where she's like, ooh, silly girl Liara, oh, and then it's like, I will flame you in my mind. That kind of. Wave 8, good. Are you saying she'll be play? I don't think she'll be a playable character. No.
Tim, you want me to step out?
Yeah, can do if you don't mind, Curtis.
No, I don't mind. I can step out and let somebody else in.
Then we'll bring Leroy back in, and then we'll get you back in. We'll do a bronze match afterwards. Do you want to stay on gold, or do you want to go back down to silver?
I'm fine with gold, but now that I know it actually is gold, I'm gonna pick a real character.
I'm going to change this weapon there.
I'd like to see you guys try to do platinum one day.
But it's like I mentioned in the podcast. It's like Liara already goes from when you first meet her in Mass Effect 1, she's like this nerdy schoolgirl bookworm who's afraid of her own shadow. And then by Mass Effect 3, like when you first meet her on Mars and she like kicks out that vent and then jumps down and the two Cerberus guys come after her, she like singularities them and then shoots them. And then while they're like squirming around on the ground, just walks up and like with like ice water in her veins, just callously shoots both of them in the head, and then turns around and is like, "Oh, hi, Shepard." I mean, like, that's such an arc that she can just, even though they're the quote-unquote bad guys, to just be able to walk up and shoot someone who's obviously down and out and not a threat anymore, and just shoot them in the head anyway. I mean, like, that's all kinds of cold and messed up. So it's not that hard to believe she would take the next step, and then after the council essentially caused Shepard to die, that she just like something would snap and she'd just go like full bore.
It's grown up in a...
I agree they can do that, but I don't think they'll make her the evil, like you said, anti-hero. Yeah, I could see them making her where she's supposedly on the wrong side, at least in the first game, but then throughout the series it turned out that she was really in the right. She's a pretty popular character and people like her, so I don't know if they would make her the evil.
I don't know, there's a lot of people who hate her.
I don't think she would be, I don't think they would make her evil, but like you said, anti-hero, where, she's actually, got really good reasons for what she's doing, then I can see that.
High value objective has been compromised. We have
Liara's Daenerys. They could have binge watched the entire Game of Thrones and thought, yeah, Liara could be Liara could be that character.
There's a big difference between like shooting someone in the leg so they're not a threat and they can't chase after you, but then shooting them in the leg and then also shooting them in the head. I'm like, those are two very different things.
She's going rogue and needs help.
Maybe BioWare will do what Disney didn't and actually make Liara evil like they should have done with Rey.
Yeah, they can't. The Star Wars, you can't make your heroes bad.
Look me in the eye with a straight face and tell me Episode 9 wouldn't have been 10 times cooler if Rey had turned out to be a villain, like a Sith assassin who was only pretending to be good to get close to Luke so she could kill him. And then in the end it turned out Kylo redeemed himself and then he had to kill Rey. Like, that, I don't know if that would have saved the movies, but it would have made them a lot more interesting than they were.
Yeah, I agree with that. But that's too much of an uproar, isn't it?
Well, they even kind of set it up, because when she finally meets Luke in Episode 8, the literal first thing she does after she says hi is immediately go to the dark side font on the planet he's on.
Oof. I need to remember to get into cover.
And if you watch when Kylo and her meets Snoke right at the end of episode 8, instead of her normal white robes, she's wearing black. And Snoke says, "Ah, my apprentice returns." And when he says that, the camera's focused on Rey, not Kylo.
Some fine work, team. Stay alert. Enemy is regrouping.
Maybe I'm just reading too much into
Probably.
stuff, though.
You're looking for a
But
hard drive lost in this area.
I mean, like when I saw that, I was like, I don't think they'll have the balls to do this, but it would be kind of cool if they did.
To the evac zone.
I don't know how to do that drop hack thing. I don't think you can do it on a control pad, can you?
Object has been cleared. Good work.
I did it.
We have an opportunity to snag some of the Reaper technology. Locate the object and bring it back.
They know how to run and run with it.
Outstanding. Get back to the evac zone.
But whatever way you slice it, Liara being the Shadow Broker makes her not a good person. Like whoever the Shadow Broker is not a quote good guy.
No, there's no. But the power that holds, there's no way that you could. Even if you started off with good intentions. Ow.
Extraction zone. Get moving. Object recovered. Good work.
There's no way that it wouldn't corrupt you.
Well, beyond that, the whole point of being the Shadow Broker is you just buy and sell information to the highest bidder. No one's going to be like, become the Shadow Broker and then just be a nice person.
Do we see more Drells? Do we see more Drells?
Enemies approaching.
Drells will definitely be in it.
Rakana is another planet I wouldn't mind visiting.
Yeah, you might see those Hanars.
Ow.
Shakespeare.
I've lost my
Yeah,
arm.
so the next Mass Effect game should be all 14 hours of Elcor Hamlet.
Yeah. That's what I mean, the Elcors.
Oh, what's going on? Where all these people come from? God, get my ass kicked.
Manning's favorite group. Cerberus guys.
Right, I need to find cover.
I think you're too late. No, somebody saved you. Diana saved you.
Diana always saves me. I'd be lost without Diana.
I've revived you a couple times.
She's your nurse. I did a couple times myself. I'm not much of a warrior, but I can save people if I can.
I think with Lara, it's the mentality of a soldier, young and naive in early years, but after some hard experience, they're much more willing to be ruthless when necessary.
So if this was MASH then, Curtis, would you be Hawkeye or Radar?
Probably radar.
Enemy forces down to one.
Special ops guy isn't bad because he's willing to do stuff that isn't.
Enemy is regrouping.
Well, yeah, I see your point.
Enemies approaching.
See, Mother Mantis, that's like
there any
what I
mention
mentioned in the very first podcast episode we did when I mentioned like the reason why I like Cerberus is because they're willing to make tough decisions without bringing morality into it. And like the analogy I used was if you've ever seen Arrow on the CW, when he meets Ra's al Ghul on top of this snow-covered mountain, and he's like, "You're just this evil person, and all you do is kill people." And he's like, and then Ra's al Ghul's like, "No, I don't kill people. I replace evil with death, and the world is better off for it."
Have they mentioned anything about Shepard's returning yet, Jim, or they keep it a secret?
Yeah, I mean, like, and I know, like, it's controversial, but I think he makes a lot of sense.
I was pulling a General Shepherd and have the feeling for a Roach and Ghost. Quite possibly, actually. Do you think actually BioWare would go that way, though? Do you think they'd actually have her as someone that would double cross you and
It would make for an incredible story. I'm just worried they might be too scared to do it.
Enemy down to 50% strength. A ship went down in this area carrying a canister of classified technology. Retrieve it.
it's not very often that you see it.
Good work. Now get back to the extraction zone.
It's like in Call of Duty with General Shepard. Like, even if you don't agree with him, you have to kind of admit that you understand where he's coming from. Whereas, like, say someone like Makarov is just like a mustache-twirling cartoon villain.
Recovered. Good work. Experimental power source lost en route to HQ. Located and bring it back.
Ah,
Good work. Now get back to the
I'm not in cover again, am I? I need to get in cover. This is gold. You need to be in cover.
Check fire!
squad member down. Team member offline.
Well, Tim, at least you brought plenty of med packs with you.
I'm here, Tim.
Thank you.
Never mind.
Now I'm in cover, look.
Dragons. Dragons can be a pain.
Well done, team. Clear. Enemy is regrouping.
Those nemesis are so sneaky.
Like, did you ever watch the final season of 24?
Eons ago, but yes.
Where it was Tony Almeida who was the villain in it, and like for the first, was it 2 or 3 series,
I got you.
he was a good guy. He was one of the guys in CTU, and it was his wife that got killed off, and it kind of sent him loopy. And it was such a good twist, and seeing a character that you kind of grew fond of become the very thing that he despised.
Yeah, it's like, did you ever play GTA San Andreas? It's the exact same thing with Lance Vance. Or sorry, Miami Vice, not San Andreas.
Just die already. I mean, I suppose it's kind of that old saying, isn't it? Where you either die a hero or you live long enough to become a villain. And Liara can live a long time.
Well, if it's only 100 years, I mean, it wouldn't be that long.
Die already.
At least not by Asari standards, I mean.
I'll have to get that one printed. Oh my word! Run away! Run away! Run away!
No, Tim needs a t-shirt that says, "What the hell is Metagel?"
Oh, I think he's got some there.
Enemies inbound. Understood.
I think he's got 6 of them.
Ah! Stepped on that one, didn't I? Thank you. Ooh. So, Hollywood guy, you never answered your own question. What places would you like to see come back? Oh, 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 oh. I'll never take villains seriously because I'll always look at her and think, remember that time you thought Shepard was a hallucination? Ilium, Eden, Prime, after the rebuild, Luna, and Thessia.
In her defense, she only thinks that if you save Therum to literally the last thing you do.
Ah.
I mean, like, isolation will do weird things to you. Like, I remember the last time my wife went away for a week and I legitimately, like, had conversations with my cat.
Oh, someone's shooting me again.
Back to you.
I kind of wondered if the Tim didn't actually end up being, you know, Lucid Man. I don't know. I kind of wonder if they're going to make it to where he was the number 2 guy, the benefactor.
The elusive man is clearly Elon Musk.
Right.
Hey, Angel. Nice to see you. Hope you're doing well. Ah, we've
I'm gonna do
name.
everything I can to be on that first shuttle to Mars.
I'm hit.
Oh, my word. I'm out in the open again, look. Not learning.
Also, I'm pretty sure the Benefactor, very minor spoilers for Andromeda, but I think Tim's far enough, he'd already know this anyway. But I think everyone knows, even though they've never confirmed it, I'm pretty sure everyone knows the Benefactor is the elusive man. Just like I'm pretty sure everyone knows Cora is his daughter, because there's no way they accidentally made her last name Harper. That's way too on the nose.
Drinking scotch and grilling a steak. Ah, sounds perfect. That. Ah, I'm just laying here, chilling, planning world domination.
Well, we can't do it here in Illinois. We just had snow.
I'm in a fist fight with an Atlas. Is that cool?
Ah, I've just been stepped on by an Atlas.
Yeah, that's normal for you, Tim.
Yeah. Benefactor's Liara.
Even as the Shadow Broker, I don't think she's rich enough. And that doesn't make sense, because if Liara was the Shadow Broker, why would Jean Garson be so paranoid and have to go into hiding when she found out who the Benefactor actually was?
Didn't Andromeda leave before? I thought it was at the beginning of Mass Effect 2.
It was, I forget the exact date, but it was sometime in 2185.
I'm sure it's like during the event, so it would be. I'm sure it would be before she's the Shadow Broker.
Tim, you really need to finish Andromeda so I can tell you, so we can like actually talk about the game and not have to worry about spoilers.
I will. I'm going to finish Resident Evil 8, and then I'll dive straight into it. I've got a separate game save that I've got rather than the stream one.
You destroy that AI though, Angel. Plus that AI hates organics, why would it help them? And just him, RE8 is another game you need to finish, because that's another game I have two things to ask you about, but I won't spoil it for you. Sparatus couldn't be the Benefactor because he died on the Destiny Ascension when I let it get blown up. By the way, if you guys all go check out our latest episode of our podcast, you can hear about our 5 least favorite characters and why mine are going to probably make you mad at me.
Oh, that was unlucky.
Yeah, like I said, I've said it before and I'll say it again. I swear to God, you're magnetically attracted to Phantom Swords.
It seems like they sneak
Story
up on you all the time.
that happens to me all the time. That's the only of all the instant kill attacks. I swear you're magnetically attracted to those.
I hate when they sneak up on you. I think one night I had 2 of them on me.
It's weird that phantoms are human-sized and they can turn invisible, but somehow they make more noise than banshees. Like, I always know when phantoms are around, but banshees sneak up on me all the time.
Anybody else want to jump in?
I think we're going to do a bronze match just to finish up.
All right. I'll just go with no boost then.
Here it is.
Yeah, Diane's gonna let me in, so
Episode link. There we are.
I think Diane don't like. I don't think Diana likes bronze.
So I've just put the link to the latest podcast in the chat there as well. So if anybody wants to check out podcast. Hi, Kate. Nice to see you.
And you can hear me compare a fly to a shotgun, and Tim and Craig both died.
Need to invite Curtis.
Yeah, I'm in here, so.
But yeah, so after we've done this round, we'll have a quick listen to the audio, and just see if what you guys think of it. I think
Right.
that she's in a war with the humans. I think she's lost it.
I think she lost it because the council's inaction essentially let Shepard die. So she joined forces with the Geth to take the council out.
Well, I think Service is right that it would be a cool story, but I also agree that I don't think they have the guts to turn Liara into a bad guy.
Got to put it down to bronze.
Damn it, Tim.
Oh.
Apologies.
Diane's invite me back in.
I mean, I wouldn't put it past them because you can do some pretty messed up stuff in Dragon Age and in Mass Effect. So, I mean, like, hell, in Mass Effect 3, it's possible to even kill Liara.
I'd love to hear your podcast and your thoughts on the reveal. Yeah, I think we might do that as just like a side discussion for the next one. Because, like you say, it might not be very long.
I'll be honest, I don't think I would like it if they make her evil, but if it's like where she's, going against the established good guys, but then it turns out she has very good reasons for doing so, then I would like that.
Yeah, like if they made her Logain. It's like, to this day, I will die on this hill that Logain is not a villain. Also, just FYI, my phone died. I can't see chat anymore.
The most memorable
Again,
villains
Yeah,
are
turn that
ex-best
thing up.
friends.
No, my phone was fully charged. My phone's from 2016. It's just the battery lasts like half an hour if I'm lucky. But again, like I said, Logain is not a villain. Logain is... I mean, like, if you
Logain
were
is
in
a
his
massive
position,
villain.
if you were in his position, could you honestly say you'd do anything different?
Yes.
Okay, okay. If you were...
He loses
If
his
you
mind.
were-
He tries to take over the throne.
No, because Kalen was an effing idiot. And Duncan, of all people, was worse.
Not yeah, but everything even after the after he did that, the stuff that he did afterwards.
He did what he thought was right to save for all... Can you... Okay, even assuming there wasn't a blight, if you were in Logain's position, would you honestly trust Orlais?
Times change.
That was a yes or no question, and you didn't answer it. I asked you, if you were in his position, would you trust Orlais?
Probably not. No.
Exactly. You're starting to sound like my dad. Where like I'll call him and ask a yes or no question, and then get a 10-minute response that doesn't answer my yes or no question.
I'd love to record your thoughts on it. Yeah, I was surprised that I've not seen a video from you there, Kate. It won't be too late. We still value your opinion. Yeah, love to hear your thoughts on it. Make sure you still put one out.
Have you ever done the ending where you marry a Nora?
Once I think. A crazy week with work and Dante's birthday. Maybe I'll record it when I get back. No, well, that's that. I'm in the same boat. I mean, I know, like you regular ones have like kind of jumped on the bandwagon and straight away kind of got videos out and stuff. But I've been looking and having a bit more of a longer thought about things and taking other people's ideas and see if they if I agree with them or not, rather than just kind of wanting to get one out just for the sake of it being brand new information and stuff. So
You gotta get those day one views, Tim.
where's it gone? At this point, is Andromeda connected with just the Milky Way then? I think it's connected.
That was...
I don't think they're going to get there before the initiative. But I think they'll find a way to get there quicker.
Thank you.
Do you think, though, honestly, do you think they will go to Andromeda until after there's a significant time jump?
Yeah, I think it's going to be the 600 years. I think there's, even if, there's a time jump within the game.
I'm in a time jump at Andromeda, because it's so unpopular, some of the characters that they're going to want to do away with.
Like I mentioned on Tim's channel post yesterday or the day before, whenever it was, I want everyone who's not either an Asari or a Krogan to be dead, because the less connection it has to the trilogy, the better.
That's what I was thinking too. I think they'll get rid of all the characters except for, like I said, maybe one of the Asaris. Maybe the Asari Doctor will be the only one left.
I have missed playing this character.
Your flippy sword girl?
Yep.
Well, actually, that's a good thing you picked her, because now we're fighting Cerberus, because now, for once, I can mistake you for a Cerberus person and shoot you.
Shoot me anyway.
Well, you always shoot him.
I
Yeah,
only
I
shoot
was
you
ready to
in
say that.
retaliation for you shooting me all the time. You guys know we're doing a hack, right?
Yeah, yeah. Oh, I'm here.
I took the turret out, by the way.
Jumpy girl.
You're about halfway through. Maintain upload.
Can you see the jetpacks coming back? Oh, that's a good question. They were really popular.
Didn't you say you hated them, though? Or was that
What?
someone else?
No, when I first started Andromeda, I did. I hated them. It's way too jumpy. And I do prefer being grounded. But Andromeda's game design does lend itself really well for the jetpacks.
Tim's over here saying, like, I missed 1996 Resident Evil tank controls.
I do. Have it.
Maybe if I put Nomad guns on it next time.
Atlas in the stairwell.
One more and it's a wrap. Enemy is still active.
To be honest, I'm the same. I don't really want to see them back. I don't think, but I can see them coming back because they were popular.
I swear to God, if Shepard's in the game and anything other than a cameo or a voice recording, I'm not buying it.
Yeah, you will.
No. Maybe if you gift it to me, but I'm not spending money on it.
Well done, team. Stay alert. Enemy is regrouping. Bogeys incoming.
Also, the game needs to have a cute Asari romance.
Dr. Shadow Broker and
Means you like
Redacted.
to have Phoebe back.
I love my ADHD drunk Asari wife.
So I guess Phoebe's in.
I literally have 2 Funko Pops of her right in the middle of my desk.
I see them on eBay.
Also, Funko Pops are like the dumbest collectibles ever. I have no idea why they're so expensive. They're like $80 and it's like a 3-inch thing with a big head. I'm like, how is this $80?
Yeah, I agree with you, Kate. I do prefer the clear class. I did not like that profile swapping nonsense at all. I think it even breaks law. I get it was a kind of a gameplay mechanic and stuff, but
Oh, I agree 100%. It broke lore.
They break lore all the time, though. Like it's lore that Turians can't roll, but if you play as one in multiplayer and crouch behind a wall, you can still roll to a wall as long as it's like within 6 or 7 feet away. Thank you.
oh, I'm supposed to be escorting, aren't we? Sorry.
Oh, Manning. I tried to find some Phoebe stuff on eBay, but all thing I could find was those function pops. I found nothing else on her.
Oh, took all 3 of us out.
I found a T-shirt on Amazon that says it has like the Korra's Den logo, like the new Asari, and then it just says Asari, not sorry. And I was like, that's kind of cute. I should get that.
I can't remember being so frustrated at a game as I got with Andromeda. Thing is, I believe that they promised an amazing story.
The story is, I mean, it's admittedly not the trilogy, but it's a lot better than people think it. I mean, like, it's essentially kind of a terraforming game with, like, action adventures spiced in. I mean, like, I know the honest trailer for it just said it's a game about finding a nice place to build a house, but I think it's a little bit more in-depth than that.
But it's supposed to be the start of a new series, wasn't it? So you're kind of setting your foundations of what's going to come.
I know, and when you eventually finish it, where it ends is an immaculate jumping off point for an Andromeda 2 we're never going to get. Because 5 angry people on Twitter got BioWare to not only cancel all the DLC, but get rid of any hopes of an Andromeda 2.
I got a soft spot for the game myself, Manning.
No, I know.
Well,
I'm just saying,
it wasn't. Don't blame the people. It was Montreal who did that.
no, it's no. I blame the people. If you're one of the people who's like, I hate the game because Shepard's not in it, then I don't like you, and we're not friends.
That was not why people didn't like it.
That was people were like, oh, it has bugs, and I'm like, have you played any game?
That was not why
since like
that was not why they didn't like it.
People didn't like it because it had bugs and Shepard wasn't in it.
No, that was low-hanging fruit that was safe to talk about without getting canceled.
Oh no!
No, but the game was fine. The story.
Okay, so explain why Witcher and many other games have bugs like that. That's standard today. Games don't have.
No, that's what I mean. It's like, have you ever played a Bethesda game? All games. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It was not. I've talked with a lot of people that in private admit to me why they did not like the game. And they will say, "Well, I talked about that because you can't get canceled, and that's what everybody was talking about." The article writers started talking about the animation and bugs, so that made it for everybody that was upset with the game. That was an easy way to jump on and express their anger, but that was not why they didn't like it. And I'll tell you this: I think Bioware
Then
actually
enlighten us. Why did people not like it? Because I thought it was great, even with the bug. And I mean, the bugs got patched out almost instantly.
Right, that's what I'm saying. That was
Yeah.
not the reason.
I know, and like I said, so that's like I said. So enlighten us. What was the reason then? Because all I ever saw were people mad that Shepard wasn't in it and that it was buggy.
No, not one single person I know, and I was actually in a group in Star Citizen for a while that was nothing but Mass Effect fans, and every last one of them felt like well, first of all, you got to understand that one dev with his cup that said white tears, right off the bat, people were like, oh, bunch of woke bullshit going on. Plus, one of the writers, she was actually in a video. Now, I could actually find the video, I think, and show you. She actually was in an interview blaming the gaming industry for the rape mod in what's the, not what's the hold on, I'm having a brain fart here. Not the same company does Red Dead Redemption 2.
Are you talking about the hot coffee mod for San Andreas?
No, it was what's the online version now? What is that called?
GTA Online?
Yeah, GTA. I don't know why I keep forgetting that. GTA Online. So somebody created the rape mod, and they could basically just come up and basically bend you over, and there's nothing you could do about it. And she blamed the gaming industry and the sexism and all this other stuff when it was one freaking person that made that and a few people that were abusing it. And it's just the fact that they don't have servers and it's like peer to peer or whatever that makes it where these people can do this stuff without you can't really do much about them. I don't know. But anyway, so right off the bat, even before the game released, people were kind of already sensitive to the quote unquote woke stuff. Well, then the game came out and there was a bunch of woke stuff in it. 20 of 28 leaders are female. When you look at the quality of each leader, there is a bias towards the females being good and heroic. Okay, whereas the men will tend to be, if there's a leader that was like truly a bad guy, then aside from like what one or two of the leaders in the Ket, that one Ket leader is a female, but the guy who's stealing stuff and everything, that's a man. So anyway, you have that. Then you have the romance options. That was completely backwards. Nobody can argue that. You got the pretty female who's a Christian, but she's not available to the man to romance. But the girl who's kind of butch looking and has a fascination with an all-female race, she's the option for the guy, but not for the woman. Okay, something was off there. And then the whole just, we come in peace. No weapons on the ships or nothing. No weapons on your space station. And it was just a lot of stuff like that, and they felt like that was, they didn't like the story, they didn't like the characters, and then you add in that the open world was kind of meh. It was cool at first, but then the open world gets boring really fast.
I'm the most anti-woke person on the planet, and people have been woke since like 2010, and I didn't get any of that from the game. Well, I will admit, the one thing I will agree with is that when I first saw Cora in the trailer, I thought she was going to be the lesbian romance just because of her hair. But I mean, beyond that, she's still a pretty cool character. And again, I know people in the gaming industry blame everything for everything. I don't know if you're familiar with, just as a more recent example, because Andromeda's like 5.5 years old now. When Baldur's Gate 3 came out, like a month after it launched, the devs complained when they were looking at the analytics that too many people made their characters white men. And I mean, like, that's a form of sexism too. But I mean, I didn't get any of that from Andromeda.
Well, no, hold on now. Okay, so I left a couple things out too. So it needs to
Okay,
start
guys. I'm afraid I'm going to have to go soon. So I just want to
Okay.
switch over to just to hear so that we can hear Liara speaking, and then I just want to just see what people think of that, because like I say, it's getting quite late here. Obviously,
Sorry, Tim, I
this
thought you'd already gone.
conversation is turning a bit weird for me, and for the stream as well, by the looks of things. So, yeah,
No,
we'll.
I wouldn't even have brought it up. I thought you'd already gone. Otherwise, I wouldn't even have said anything.
Yeah, I thought we were disconnected.
Okay, so but yeah, no, you guys can carry on this chat in a minute. I'm just going to have a quick. We're going to switch over here, just have a listen to Liara, and then I just want to see what people in the chat think of it, and then we'll call it a day.
I can see it. How did we miss this? Exactly. The council will be furious. Although
Look at
they
her.
should know by now not to underestimate
I heard it.
human defiance. Perhaps was the most endearing trait.
So there is something at the end there that you can't quite pick up. But she does sound angry. She does sound angry with the fact that it doesn't sound like it's gone well. Either the humans have done something to derail her plans or something. That's the kind of feeling that I get from it.
Does anyone have any guess as to what ship is in the still image in the background of that clip? Because it looks rather generic to me. And generally, every species ships kind of stand out, and you can, even if they're slightly different, you can kind of tell, like, oh, that's a Turian ship, that's an Asari ship, that's Solarian, that's Geth, or that's Cerberus, or whatever.
Well, somebody noted that some of the ships in there have the four little things sticking out, kind of like the arcs do. So they were thinking that kind of hinted that they were kind of tied into the same people who financed the Andromeda initiative, so therefore the benefactor.
So, but anyway, like I say, it is getting quite late here. Thank you so much for the games. Sorry, the chat got a little bit weird at points, but yeah, it's great to be hanging out with you. Thank you so much for joining us, Matea, Kate, Random. See you there popping in at the end. Mother Mantis, make sure you go check out her video on the N7 day stuff, 'cause it's really good. And who else has been here? We've had Hollywood Guy. Thank you so much for your super chats. Really do appreciate it. And Angel popped in, and Perry as well. So thank you all for hanging out and chatting, guys. Thank you for playing. We've had Leroy, Curtis, Diana, and Manning. Thank you again. We'll be back again next week for some more Mass Effect 3 multiplayer. Hope to see you then. Have a great week and take care of yourself. We'll see you soon.
It was fun.
Yeah, it's been fun.